What's up, Cochran here. A little echo in my house. Just picked up the Cabelas Outfitter Instinct tent. It's 14 by 10 foot with a stove jack. We're gonna set it up because there's no videos at this point at all on YouTube about this tent. I'm looking at it, getting it for like a year now. So now we're gonna set the tent up in the house first. Clear out a spot. With the front and back vestibule, it's like 22 feet long, 10 foot wide. The tent weighs 50 pounds. So let's unbox it and see what happens. Comes in a cool bag. Tent weighs 50 pounds, which is a little heavy for like an Alaskan trip or so. Driving to Colorado, it's perfect for like a long stay. Some people switch out the steel stakes for aluminum, save a little weight. Hopefully one day this is what I want to take to Alaska. They want to weigh the stakes just to see how much they weigh. So the stakes weigh right close to 9 pounds, so I get them all on the scale. 8.5 to 9 pounds for just the stakes. They look like this. Supposed to be 28 stakes. That's a little repair kit with it. We're taking this camping. Today is Sunday. Taking this camping Friday at Hermit Lake at close to 11,000 feet in Colorado. Taking the stove to cook on. We're not going to put it in the tent. It's not that cold yet. Alright, so the bent one goes in the middle.
I get it.
So the one biggest pole goes across the middle that way. These have a little point on one end, goes in the grommet, and then in the black piece on the other pole.
This is an awesome tent we have today.
Alright, this is the tent. The house is kind of a mess, I can't judge on that. But it's pretty symmetrical front and back. Stove jack area up there. Here's the door. It's not quite. You have to duck a little bit. So the floor there is the zip out for the stove, which I will probably just put a mat down on top of it. Up there is the stove jack for the top. It's really hard to find any information online, but from the pictures I've seen, that's what I figured this all come open. So I would almost rather just have a stove jack in this part and a stove jack in the top, which I may could put a stove jack in this myself sometime. So this kind of rolls away like this. You could almost just leave it on the inside after the top is over it. But that's going to let it kind of quite a bit of heat out, kind of be trapped. We'll see how close the other layer is. One thing I like about this tent is just a double wall all the way to the ground. So you have that layer of insulation there between the two. So let's go ahead and add the next layer. I'm kind of wondering if you have to have stakes for this. This part is really heavy compared to the tent. Probably about half the weight right here. So there we go. We got the vestibule on. Ideally, you would maybe have the fly on at the front vestibule right here. Ideally, you'd probably open just one side from the wind's blowing across this way and open this side. Other side opens just the same. I don't think this window, can't cover that up. It's clear plastic there. You can see how snap on there. I don't have all the poles attached to the fly. It's got ropes everywhere in case you're in the wind. Let's take a look inside now. So here's the front. Pretty big area. Definitely could stake those. I just got some cases of water holding the deal down. Should use the GoPro to film this, but it's pretty big in here. And then you can store firewood or hunting supplies, stuff like just whatever in the front. Keep it out of the weather. It's 5.5 foot from the front of the tent to the front of there. And you can totally stand up right here in the front area outside of the tent. And then there's the tent inside. Here's your stove jack. So you would unzip this. This has this rubbery material. My stove is a 4-inch hole in it, so I'm gonna get something to make it smaller, to make this smaller so water doesn't come in. Yeah, I kind of feel like you could clip this to the back or something to keep this part up. This just zips up here. And then my other idea, which on the question and answer on Cabela's website, they say it only has one vestibule in the front, which it has a really big one in the front. But in the back, it's 30 inches from the back to the front. There's no extra pole. I'm zipping the shaded part. So right now it's not staked out, but it would be staked out here pretty far. I thought about being able to dig a hole and put your little toilet seat right here in the back. The way you don't have to go outside in the weather, use the bathroom, have that just for that. Then you can put your firewood and stuff up here in the front. It's all indoors. Yeah, I'm definitely have to figure out something for the hole because keep the water from coming in. I may actually put me another stove jack in that. There's a little clip to keep that fly out of the way, and this zips back up. Being downhill like that, you definitely need something to... I was going to take a silicone mat and cut a hole that'd slip down tight over my pipe and just let it rest over here. But there's a little bit of a place where rain could run down. It probably would run around that ring though. So you might not get a lot of rain. You're not going to be sleeping right next to the stove anyway. So we may start out with that, trying that. Yeah, when you unzip this, it makes this back end sag a little bit. Probably a way to take some kind of rope or something, tie this up a little bit better. That was one of the cons on a Cabelas review. So that kind of sags, but I don't think that's really going to bother you. So this weekend we're camping 2 nights in this tent, and it's supposed to be down just in like around 40, 42 low at night. And I think having the double wall, 8 people sleeping in here on mattresses, that ought to stay pretty toasty. Hope so. Well, hopefully get some footage in the wild, close to the tree line at Hermit Lake in Colorado. It's 11 hours that way. We'll head out Friday after work, and Monday's holiday, so we'll stay till Monday and then head back. First step of Cabela's Instinct Outfitter tent, 8-man tent review is complete. It's awesome.